welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought it would be a really fun video to share with you guys a spring makeup look, as I love spring. It is one of my favourite seasons and I just thought it would be a really nice video to sit down and share with you guys my makeup looks, as I really want to start posting more makeup videos onto my channel because it is one of my favourite things to do. I am actually going to start off with doing something slightly different. I'm going to be doing my face first and then my eyes. If you've watched a couple of my other makeup videos, you would know that I do my eyes first and then my face, but this time I'm going to switch up and do my face first and then my eyes because I'm sort of going for a natural eye makeup look. As you can see, I have already filled in my eyebrows. They would literally take me a whole video in one if I was to show you guys how I fill in my eyes. Before I put on my foundation, I am going to be using this Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream Moisturiser. This is such a good moisturiser. I love using this. It makes my skin feel so nice and soft, and it also smells really good, and I love the way my makeup sits over the top of this moisturiser. It is called the Lightweight Miracle Moisturiser. All I do is literally put a little bit onto my face and then I will blend that all in. I just can't get over how good this stuff smells. Honestly, it's so good. If you've ever used it, then you'd know the smell of it is so good. Always makes my face feel so refreshed. For my foundation, I am actually going to be using this Charlotte Tilbury foundation. This isn't like really a foundation, it's more like a primer foundation, and it's like a moisturiser on my face. It is one of my favourites. I am running out of this, so I do need to purchase another one of this because I love it so much. It's literally a part of my every single day makeup routine because it is so good. It just feels nice and light on my face and it's like very natural, so I'm going to go with this foundation today because I do want a natural spring look, and it is called Wonder Glow and it's Instant Soft Focus Beauty Glow Primer. I'm literally going to put the tiniest amount on my face as well. To blend my foundation in, I am going to be using the Real Techniques foundation brush. I've used the Real Techniques foundation brushes for such a long time because I really like the way the foundation blends in with these Real Techniques brushes. They're so good. I literally have a whole collection of these brushes because they're amazing, and I've seen some golden ones of these brushes and I really want to purchase some because they look so good and I really want to try them. Anything to do with Real Techniques brushes, I am honestly there because they are one of my favourite brands. This light primer foundation feels so nice and light on my face, and I just can't describe it, but it feels like I'm putting on a moisturiser. It doesn't even feel like I've put on a load of foundation. I am also going to be putting some concealer on. I'm going to be using the Lasting Perfection Radiance Concealer. I really like this concealer and the way it looks and sits on my face. It feels really nice, and I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes just to brighten up that area. But I'm going to blend my concealer in with this Real Techniques foundation brush. As you can see, it has like more of a flat swerve to it, which is really nice because it gets into the corner of your eyes and like blends out more. I love this concealer. It just sits so nicely on your face. It's not too full coverage concealer as well, that's why I really like it. I am also going to be putting a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter onto my face. I use this all the time in my every single day makeup routine because it's so good and it just gives off like a really nice glow on your face. And I recently just bought this and it's already almost run out because I'm obsessed with it. Literally just watch the glow that it gives off when I will blend it in with my brush in a minute. It is just so nice. I have the shade Too Fair and I really want to get a bigger version because I just love this. It's like a really nice, and it also is really nice to use when you just don't want any makeup on and you can just put this like not even on foundation I will then blend that out with the same brush that I used for my concealer, and can you see the glow that it is giving off on my face? It's so good. Honestly, can't get enough of this flawless filter because it's just amazing. For my contour, I use the Charlotte Tilbury contouring stick, and all I do is put 3 little dots across my face. I am running out of this, which I'm so sad about because they are never in stock because it is that good. I always use this because I love contour, and contour is one of my favourite things to put on my face. And when this came out, I had to buy it. I actually bought 2 of them because they're that popular, and they always sell out so quickly, which is so annoying because I love it so much. And now I'm going to blend that out using another Real Techniques brush, but as you can see, it has a slight angle to it, so it really helps to blend out the contour. All I do is circulations like this, and then I sometimes even like drag it out down to my chin as well. Look how stunning it is. It is the most amazing contour. It's so natural and I just love it. I love the fact that it isn't too much contour as well, and it just sits really nicely. I am now also going to use one of my favourite bronzers, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Pretty much everything that I use on my face is Charlotte Tilbury because it is one of my favourite makeup brands and I just love her stuff. I think they are really good and really worth the price of Charlotte Tilbury. I'm using a brush by Studio from Superdrug. This is a really good brush to use for bronzer. As you can see, I love this bronzer and I've almost run out of it. I've been through so many of these because they're so good and they just sit really nice on your face and just feel really nice, and they give off a really nice bronzy look. I always love bronzy look as well, so I think that's why I really like this bronzer. One of my favourite parts is blush. For my blush, I'm going to be using the Revolution blush. I love this blush. It's such a good blush and it's so seamless on my face, and I just really like the way it looks. I'm going to be using a Studio brush from Superdrug to blend that out. Look at how stunning this blush is. It's such a nice subtle colour. I do love blush. It is one of my favourite things to do. I also like to put over the top of this blush this MAC highlighter blush. I saw this in MAC and I had to pick it up because it's so pigmented and really pretty. Look at the shade it gives off and the glow, and I'm using this highlighter brush by MAC. Look at the glow it gives off. It's just so stunning, and it like sits really nicely over the top of the blush, which I also really like. Literally only have to put a little bit on and it goes such a long way. For my highlighter, I am actually going to be using this Charlotte Tilbury blush highlighter palette. It's got some blush here and then it's got like a bronzy shade and then these 2 other blush highlighters. I like to mix these 2 highlighters in together because it gives off such a nice glowy highlighter onto my face, and that's what I love about a nice highlighter, if it's like really nice and glowy. As you can see, I literally only put a little bit on and it's so nice and glowy. Before I move on to my eyes, I am actually going to set my face with the e.l.f. powder using my Trigwell Cosmetic Powder Puff. I've decided to use the mini so I can really get into the inner corner of my eyes instead of using the big one, but I've recently just got this e.l.f. powder and I really like it. I think the consistency and the way it literally works so good is really nice, and I really want to try some elf products because I've been seeing a load of new elf products around and I haven't actually tried much of the elf stuff. So I was thinking about doing a YouTube video on trying elf products because I can't believe I've not tried it yet because it just looks so good. So maybe I'll do that for a video because it would be really interesting to see if I like it or not because I haven't tried it. But I just love the way that the powder gets rid of like all of the creases and it just makes your face look so seamless and it looks really nice. I also really love these Trigwell cosmetic powder puffs too. I do actually need to clean mine because I use it all the time and I just really need to clean my brushes. Now moving on to my eyes. For my eyes I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette because I feel like this is a really good spring eyeshadow palette to use because as you can see it all has all of those spring colours inside. I'm going to start off with this orange colour as a base tone. I have now done the base of my eye. I thought I would go in with a few of these. I'm going to be using for my eyes are the Ariel brushes by Morphe and another Morphe eyeshadow brush because I only use Morphe eyeshadow brushes on my eyes because they are so good and I love Morphe brushes. They just blend out really well. I'm going to start off with this blue colour here because I love this blue. Blue is literally like one of my favourite colours and I just feel like it would look really nice and spring. I'm going to pat it out on the end of my eye and just drag it up. Then I'm going to do the same. I really love this shade. I'm also going to take one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes and that is the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to use all of these pinky purple shades and mix them all together and see what fun spring looks I can create. This pink shade is calling my name, so I'm literally just going to put that all over the bottom of my eyelids. Look at the pigment it gives off, it is so stunning. I actually love this eyeshadow palette. I've never really used any of these colours as well because they are a bit bright, so I thought this would be a perfect time to use these shades because we are doing a spring look and we want this eye look to look really bright and colourful. These are the colours that I've come up with on my eyes and I really like it. I think it looks really nice and bright. I'm also just going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade to smoke out my eyes on the end of my eyes and just tap that in. Now it is time for the fun part and that is the glitter. For my glitter I'm going to be using one of the glitter shades out of this Ultraviolet Urban Decay Naked eyeshadow palette because these glitters, as you can see, are so spring and I just feel like they'll go really well with this eye look. I'm going to use this one here and literally just pat it all over my eye like this. I am also going to be putting on some eyeliner. I'm going to be using the NYX eyeliner. This is such a good eyeliner. It is one of my favourites and it's so easy to use. For my eyelashes, I'm going to be using one of my favourite eyelashes and that is the Liberty Magnetic eyelashes. These eyelashes are so nice and they just look really nice and natural onto your eyes. These are my eyelashes now on. I love the way they look. To set my makeup, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. This is one of my favourite setting sprays to use. It lasts a long time and definitely works and leaves your makeup lasting all day. It also smells so good as well. This is the finished makeup look. I love how it turned out. I think it looks very spring with all the bright colours on my eyes, and I really like it. If you enjoyed watching me create this spring makeup look, please don't forget to give this video a like, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video.